Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with chapter 8, quadrilaterals. As you are familiar with this term quadrilateral, you have studied in your junior classes also. So any four-sided figure, when four points are joined in order, four-sided figure is called a quadrilateral. Let's see any four-sided figure. When you join the 4 points in order, then the figure formed is called a quadrilateral. Now this is a quadrilateral, any four-sided figure. Now what are the sides, what are the vertices and what are the angles? Let's discuss that. ABCD is a quadrilateral. Any four-sided figure. Sides are, now you can see which are the sides: AB, BC, CD and AD. These are the sides. AB, BC, CD and DA are sides. Now if I ask you the vertices, you know it very well. 4 vertices are A, B, C and D. And which are the angles here? Here these are 4 angles. Angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. These are very basic things which you all know about this. Now we have to prove the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. What is angle sum property? Angle sum property of a quadrilateral. The sum of 4 angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. We will prove it. This property we will prove that sum of 4 angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Let's prove it. Now we have to prove that sum of 4 angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So what is given to us? Given is a quadrilateral ABCD. What you have to show? You have to show angle A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 360 degree. You have to show this. So what we will do, we will join, construction will be done, we will join AC or BD, any one diagonal. As you know, in a four-sided figure, if you join AC or BD, then these are 2 diagonals of a quadrilateral. So here I am joining BD. BD is joined, it is one of the diagonal. Now what you will do? Now I name the angles as 1, 2, 3, 4 and these are 2 another angles 5 and 6. I take 2 separate triangles and apply the angle sum property of a triangle. Now in triangle A, B, D, I am taking this triangle first A, B, D. Now you can see this is a triangle and sum of angles of triangle. Which are the angles? 2, 3 and 5. Sum of these 3 angles is equal to 180 degree. 2 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 180 degree. This is angle sum property of a triangle. This you have studied in your junior classes also, and we have done in the previous chapter also, that sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. This is your first equation. Also consider another triangle. In triangle BCD, again which 3 angles are here? 1, 4 and 6. This 1, 4 and 6. I always number the angles because it becomes easy to write. So 1 plus 4 plus 6 is again 180 degree, angle sum property of a triangle. Now you can add these two. Adding 1 and 2. What you will get? Adding these two equations, 1 plus 2 I can combine this, 3 plus 4 I can combine this, and we are left with 5 plus 6 equal to 180 plus 180. I add these two equations. 1 plus 2 I have taken in one bracket, 3 plus 4 I have taken another bracket, and 5 and 6 are left as it is, and right hand side is 180 plus 180. So 1 plus 2 is angle B, 3 plus 4 is angle D, 5 is angle A and 6 is angle C, which becomes equal to 360. I rearrange it, so you will get the required result. A plus B plus C plus D is 360 degree, which is the required result. Sum of all the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. This result will be used in further questions. Now next topic is types of quadrilaterals. As you can see, this blackboard is also a quadrilateral. Four-sided figure, it is also a quadrilateral. If I talk about your book, this is also a quadrilateral because it is a four-sided figure. A tabletop is also a quadrilateral. So we have different types of quadrilateral. Let's discuss those. First one is trapezium. So any four-sided figure we call it quadrilateral. Now let's categorize it. What is a trapezium? So when you have one pair of opposite sides parallel, this is a quadrilateral first, and when one pair of opposite sides is parallel, this pair is parallel and this is non-parallel, so we name it as trapezium. One pair of opposite sides is parallel, so it is a trapezium. Second is parallelogram. Parallelogram, as it is clear from the name, when both the pairs, opposite sides are parallel, then it becomes a parallelogram. If you define a parallelogram, the definition of parallelogram is opposite sides are parallel to each other. This is the basic definition of a parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel to each other, then it is a parallelogram. Now, if in the questions also, when you have to prove it is a parallelogram, we will prove that the opposite sides are parallel. This is very important point. You have to keep it in mind. To prove a parallelogram, you will prove that opposite sides are parallel. Now we come to the special cases of parallelogram. If we talk about rectangle, then rectangle, opposite sides are parallel, then it is a parallelogram. Now their opposite sides are parallel and equal, so it is a parallelogram with one angle 90 degrees. Special case is when opposite sides are parallel with one angle 90 degree, then it becomes a parallelogram. Then we have square. These are all quadrilaterals first, and then we are categorizing it as parallelogram. So rectangle is a parallelogram with one angle 90 degrees. Square, this is a square, again with opposite sides parallel and one angle 90 degree. Then we talk about rhombus. Rhombus is also a parallelogram. All the four sides, opposite sides are parallel. Rhombus is a parallelogram when opposite sides are parallel. And the last one is kite. You have studied this kite also. Kite is not a parallelogram. Here the adjacent sides are equal, not parallel. Adjacent sides are equal. So kite is not a parallelogram. These are all we are talking about four-sided figure. These are all parallelograms. Now we start with the properties of a parallelogram. All the properties we will prove the properties, and first one is the basic one which you will use in the questions also. The first property is diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. Diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. Very important property and will be used in the questions also. So what you are given a parallelogram ABCD and a diagonal. This is a parallelogram ABCD and this is the diagonal AC. You have to show that this diagonal AC divides it into two triangles which are congruent to each other. So let's prove what you have given and to prove. What is given to you? Given a parallelogram ABCD with diagonal AC. and what you have to show? You have to show triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC. This triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC. You have to show this. Now how will you prove it? Let's start. Now you have to use the definition of the parallelogram, that opposite sides are parallel. When ABCD is a parallelogram, then AD is parallel to BC and this AC cuts it. So these two angles 1 and 2 will be equal because they are alternate interior angles. And similarly, when AB is parallel to CD, then again 3 will be equal to 4. AC is the transversal, so 3 is equal to 4. Again alternate interior angles, and this AC is common. So by angle side angle triangles are common. So consider triangles ABC and ADC. Angle as, you can write as AD is parallel to BC and AC is transversal. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Alternate interior angles. Also angle 3 is equal to angle 4, as AB is parallel to CD and AC is again transversal. This is very important to write which two lines are parallel and which is the transversal. If you don't write, your marks get deducted. So 3 is equal to 4 because these two lines are parallel and this is transversal, and AC is equal to AC common. So by, again you will write the rule by which congruency rule triangles are congruent. By ASA congruency rule, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABC. This is what we wanted to prove. So here the first property, very important basic property, is proved. Diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles.